Hey everybody, I'm Greg working on Bogey Bob. Bogey Bob is a 1981 Yamaha G1-A2 golf cart. Been in my family for about solid 35 years. So I've been waiting all week for this tool, the primary clutch sheath or primary drive, the clutch sheath puller. And so in the meantime, while I was waiting for this, basically I tore it down as far as I could get it. And also, I took some WD-40 or some penetrating oil, and I sprayed it in the end of the clutch shaft, I'll call it, if that's a technical term. So now, getting ready to use this bolt, I put a dab of grease on the tip, and just to make things work a little easier, put some on the threads. Oops, sorry. So dab on the end, some grease on the threads. Maybe not necessary, but it sure the hell doesn't hurt for a smoother operation. Stick that in the end of your primary shaft, your clutch shaft, your fixed sheath, and basically, I've already had this off, but I'm just kind of showing you the steps that I went in. So you get it to a point where it's snug, and to get it nice and snug, to hold this shaft, I've got a nice, I got a channel lock pliers with good teeth on it, and surprisingly, these teeth grip perfectly within the splines of this shaft. Now, I'm going cautiously on this, gripping it tight, and each teeth, it's almost like the teeth and gearing were made for each other. And with a 19 millimeter wrench, basically snug up the puller. So once I get that snug, let's take the wrench off, let's take the pliers off, get a hammer, and preferably a brass hammer, but this will work. Basically, smack this a couple times. Okay. Basically, repeat the process. Gotta get the right tools. Repeat the process. Grip the shaft again, assuming it didn't come off the first time. Snug it up again. Snug it up with your socket or wrench. Do not use an impact driver on this. If you need to use an impact driver on it, you've got bigger problems and maybe need to throw some heat on here. So basically, snug it up again, smack it, and sometimes during the smacking, like it did for me, hitting it with the hammer, it actually popped off. But a couple raps to kind of jar things and loosen them up. And basically for me, on the second or third effort, it slid right off. So this, if you are having difficulty getting this off, don't force it. I've seen several videos where they haven't been able to get it off. They've used an impact driver, but with the right tool, a little patience, and also think ahead. You know, the penetrating oil sprayed in there, and I could even feel the oil. You know, I've got oil on there. I don't know if it's from the penetrating oil or not, but basically, you know, for a $13 or $15 tool, I didn't go and spend the money on the $30 one or whatever. In fact, if I could have found just this bolt locally, which is a 14 millimeter by 1.0 thread pitch, I could have made my own. But in absence of that, I waited patiently for the eBay and the post office to put it in my mailbox, and 5 minutes later, we're done. So be patient, and this thing will pop. Hopefully it'll pop right off like it did on mine. So it's not hard, you just need the right tool. Hope that helps.